What would you say if I told you that I could take these two identical T206 cards and tell you the back of the card without having to flip it over to read the back of the card? You may say that's magic or that's some sort of sorcery, but no, it's simply understanding when and how these T206 cards were produced. Today, I will share with you that knowledge, but first, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, otherwise known on X and Instagram as at CRT_sportscards. This as well is the absolute best channel here on YouTube for T206. So if you're not subscribed, watch this video and let me prove to you why you should be subscribed to this T206 channel. Now, one of your first questions may be, why have I never heard of this before? Or why hasn't this ever been a topic of discussion in my collecting T206 journey? That is because, in my opinion, you only start to see this pattern develop when you collect the players of the set and you're only player collecting. In T206, there are thousands of ways to collect the set. You've got set builders, you've got backrun collectors, myself included with the polar bear set. You've got very, very extensive team collectors. You've also got people who collect just the portraits or the action shots or green backgrounds, red backgrounds. There are thousands of ways to collect this set. But when you start to player collect and you go heavy on a player is when you start to see these small details pop out. But then when you start adding up all of the small details into one big puzzle here, this is when you can say, oh, that Ty Cobb is this back, whereas that Ty Cobb is that back. So let's take a look right now at Ty Cobb. So when you take a look at these two green Cobbs side by side, what stands out to you? The left one, much darker. The facial features, much darker. This one on the right, much lighter of a printing. Same thing here with Rube Waddell. The one on the left, very, very dark blue. The one on the right, very, very light. Now, what about here, Wild Bill Donovan? The one on the left has that green background. The one on the right, which I'm sure you've seen more of, has that neon green. So a little bit lighter of a green. The yellow stands out more to give it that neon color. Now you can really see this on this Chief Bender. On the left, very vibrant background. Portrait stands out here again. You look at the right, it almost feels like it's one image together. The face blends into that really dull background. And now, I'm sure you've noticed I've blocked out the flip of the card because I want to show these side by side. This is also going to be a really fun experiment for you to do at your next card show. But let's take a look at a couple of more cards side by side. Here we have one of my favorite backgrounds in the entire set. That red just absolutely pops. But here we have Joe Tinker with his portrait on the left. Really, really bright red. The one on the right, little bit lighter, not faded, just not as distinct of a red compared to the left one. What about Nat Blajue here? You have on the left, you have a much darker yellow background. The face stands out from the background. When compared to the one on the right, very similar to the Wild Bill Donovan one, you have a neon yellow background, and the face, almost in a weird way, fades into the actual background versus standing out like the left one does. What about here? Cy Young, another green background. One on the left, very, very dark green. Facial features again here, very distinct, very dark. But when you take a look at the one on the right here, you again have that green which is faded out. The facial feature is not as distinct, but you can see clear as day, left versus right. If I'm an eye appeal fan, if I'm going for pure eye appeal, I am always buying the one on the left. Now, this is not unique to just portraits. Let's take a look at two action shots. First up here, we have John McGraw, finger in air. The one on the left, the green, the blue sky, very, very dark. Here again on the right side, very faded quality of the blue and the green. That yellow really pops in the green because of the faded quality. Now taking a look here at Fred Jacklich, same thing again. Green to blue, on the left, very, very dark. You look at the one on the right, again, very, very faded. The quality of the card, the one you want, is the one on the left. As well, I think we all can agree, if we were to have all of these cards at a table for us to purchase, we'd want to purchase the left one every single time. So the question here is, what am I trying to show you and tell you around these T206 cards? The simple fact of the matter is the very first printing of T206 is the far most superior printing of the set. Every single portrait, every single card I showed you that was on the left side is from the very first printing of the T206 set. The one on the right is all from the 350 series of the T206 set. The set, these cards were printed probably a year after each other. So although they look the same from the front, of course the backs are very different based on the advertisement of the cigarette brand on the back. The quality of ink that was used, the process that was used, is far superior in the 150 series. So if eye appeal is your number one goal around buying these T206 cards, and you had a choice of a Piedmont 350 Cy Young or a Piedmont 150, always buy the 150 version. Don't settle for the 350 if you want high eye appeal, because the eye appeal cards are always found in the very first printing of the T206 set. And while those Cy Youngs may have had a slightly different grade, look at this Chief Bender. Both of them 3.5. But it's very obvious which one is actually better than the other. And then on the flip side, let's go back to the Nap Lajoie. The one on the right is a 3, but the one on the left, the far superior one, is a 1.5. And I know every single one of us would take that 1.5 over the 3. So do not get fixated on the number on the flip. And so I'll leave you with this 3-card slide of Rue Boisdel, courtesy of Max, who pointed me in the direction of the quality of printing of 150 versus 350. Look at those Rue Boisdels. 1909 Sovereign 150, dark blue. Sweet Cap 1909, dark blue. 1910 Sweet Cap, very, very light blue.